What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of WWE Mat Chat. That shit was funny.
Intro always
when the
keeps me
intro
going.
when the intro was playing, I was like
I do it every
a
time.
little bit, nodding my head, and I looked down, and you were on the same rhythm as me.
I do it every time. I can't help it.
All right, we're episode 33. I'm Skelly, obviously. A little bit of a different team today. We don't have Rachel, but we do have Torrin. Different setup this week for you.
Yeah, we're in the middle of moving, so sorry, I was connecting my phone so we can do our pack openings. Yeah, we're in the middle of moving. We've been packing. Rachel's been mostly packing. I've been working on stuff. But man, we move in. What's the date today? We move in a week and a half is our date when we can officially move in. So we got a lot to do. But yeah, so it'll be cool because we're gonna have like a whole new office space and probably gonna set up part of the room for like a permanent podcasting space so that we'll like be able to just jump on this whenever we need to and our other podcasts and stuff. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And on the plus side, once you move, I'm gonna be coming to visit.
Yep,
doing a podcast live where we're all together.
August, baby,
and a live reaction of 2 nights of SummerSlam.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So that'll be fun.
Have a genuine SummerSlam party.
Yeah. So, do want to start off by talking about what's been the big thing over the last couple days. But I do want to start off because R-Truth, Ron Killings, was on Busted Open with Bubba Ray and Natalia, and I don't like saying the other guy's name, but I do want to touch on this after we watch the clip because Bubba Ray had a lot to say, and I do agree with him in some points, but I do want to play it just so we can discuss it.
It's also been like a wild week.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot happening. No, yeah, you're good. But a lot's been happening. Like, so much news has been happening with all these like roster shakeups and rumors, and like the rumors are wild right now.
Oh yeah, rumors are going crazy, and then storylines changing up a little bit and stuff. So yeah, we've got a lot leading into the SummerSlam first two day event. So
we got main event coming up. So we have another main event coming up. We have King and Queen of the Ring coming up.
Well, King and Queen of the Ring is first.
Yeah, Crown Jewel, right?
Yeah, Crown Jewel.
Yeah, Crown Jewel.
Or Night of Champions. Sorry,
yeah, Night of Champions. Yeah, Night of Champions. And then we have then after that is SummerSlam.
What's in July?
Main event.
Is that the only thing in July?
I know it's July 12th if I remember correctly.
Yep, so we've got that's July 12th.
But yeah, so I mean there's a lot of stuff coming up and there's a lot of shakeup going on around these events that are happening.
Yeah, and actually April, yes, we have Saturday Night's Main Event in May, Worlds Collide, Money in the Bank, Night of Champions. Oh, July, we not only have Saturday Night's Main Event, but that same day, earlier in the day, we have Great American Bash, NXT.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next night, we've got Evolution 2.
That's right, Evolution. And then when is Triple Mania coming up?
Triple Mania, I'm gonna butcher this, Regia. That's in, I want to say not this weekend, but I think it's next weekend.
It's coming up. Yeah.
Actually June 15th, which is this Saturday.
Oh my gosh, it's this Saturday?
Or this Sunday. Sorry, Sunday.
Wow. Okay.
Today's the 13th, which is, I'm kind of upset with that, not because it's this Sunday, but because the only way you'll be able to watch it is if you live in Mexico.
Really?
Yes. So, obviously, there are ways to watch it if you have a VPN, stuff like that, but we're not going to get into that.
Yeah.
So
what we are going to get into is R-Truth and what's been going on with him.
I never want to hear the name Truth again. Don't remind me of what you are trying to get away from. You cut your hair off in front of the world because the hair was represented R-Truth. I don't want to hear it no more. You're Ron Killings. End of story. Forget about the tagline about the truth. Forget about mentioning the truth. If this is the serious direction you want to go in, don't remind me of what's in your past.
Before we get into what our truth is going to say, I kind of agree with some of the stuff that Bubba said.
Okay.
Like, you know, he did our truth cut. Our truth was his hair. You know, that was one of the iconic things of his character was his hair.
Yeah.
He cut that off. He came out and said he's Ron Killings now. And I agree with what Ron did on Monday when he talked about, you know, him being the truth. But going forward, he is Ron Killings now. We don't need to be reminded of his past. If he wants us to buy into this serious character that we saw him use in TNA and in the Indies when he got released from WWE the first time, I don't want to hear about our truth. I don't want to hear about that funny side of him. I want to see the evolution in the future. You know, on Monday, yeah, he talked about it and whatnot, but let that be the end of it.
So I agree with you to an extent, but I disagree in that I don't think he necessarily needs to completely get rid of it in the terms of the approach to being the truth, right? Like, he's not calling himself Truth anymore, and he's not doing the whole R-Truth gimmick. So he is Ron Killings, and he's like really leaning into that, which is great. And I think the thing is, though, his approach is he's bringing the truth now, right? Before he was R-Truth, and he was a character, and he was funny, but now he's bringing the truth. So I think he's going that more aggressive way. So it's still kind of that essence of his character that's always going to be a part of him, but it's not like he's not saying he is our truth. He's saying he's Ron Killings, and he's going to bring the truth. He's going to bring the pain. He's going to bring, you know, he's going to beat hustle, loyalty, and respect back into John Cena, right? So he's definitely taking that more aggressive approach. And so that's why, because he's not calling himself our truth. He's not saying I am our truth anymore. He definitely cut that off. Basically, that symbolically, I don't think that was him even saying, like, I mean, in a way, it was him saying that's the end of our truth, truth. That's the end of the silliness. That's the end of that. He's like, it's you're getting the real me now. You're getting
and him bringing that up on Monday, I completely understand.
Which is one of the best promos I've ever heard.
But after that, and I can completely understand. Ron Killings is he is speaking the truth. He is his own truth now. I completely understand that. But don't bring up the past. Don't talk about the funny side of his past, anything like that now. He brought up on Monday, you know, about him being the silly guy, the clown, the comedic act.
Mm-hmm.
Let that be the end of him bringing that up.
I think he will. I really think he will, because that was like that. I think that was his moment of saying, like, boom, that's the end of it. Like, I'm putting this guy in the ground, and it's time to get down to business. So I think, you know, that's what it was. So I don't expect him to be harping on the truth character anymore as far as our truth in that. I think that was, again, just his statement, right? Because he came out, and that was the first time he came out and talked since he interfered in the match.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was just his public statement of, boom, this is what we're doing. This is the symbology of
the symbology,
the
symbolism.
So I'm excited. Yeah. So I'm excited to see where it's going, because I really don't think I trust him enough to know that I trust him enough for him to be able to take that character where it needs to go and deliver it the way it needs to be delivered. Right. I think he's smart enough. You know, if anything, Truth's shown us that he's smart enough, one, to last in the industry.
Oh, yeah.
To last in WWE, to work the crowd. So I think we're going to see a masterclass from a veteran, a legend, you know, like a future WWE legend. We're going to see a masterclass in flipping the script, flipping the character, not completely getting rid of your past, but acknowledging the past, and then using the fuel from that, or the fan base you've built, in the new direction. Because he's the master of selling. Like, he's So I'm looking forward to it, right? Because Truth, we always loved when Truth was on the screen. We always loved what he was doing. And now I'm looking forward now even more to seeing how Truth is going to get serious, and like what kind of beatdowns he's going to put on people. He's bringing the truth in a different way.
Who the fuck he talking to? Who he telling me who I am? I know who I am. I'm protecting him. But see, everybody got somebody that's trying to tell them who the fuck they are. I know who I am. I'm not the nice one. I'm driving now. Don't let nobody tell you who you are. You know you better than anybody else know. And I know me better than anybody else know me too. And they better put some respect on my name because I am the truth. So help me.
Wow. See, he's not our truth. He's the truth.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably one of his best promos.
I need weekly motivational TikToks from Truth.
Oh, 100%.
I need Ron Killings to bring me some weekly motivation like that. Some of that, like,
he's been going live the last couple days, just
I love it.
Singing from his album and stuff. I hopped on yesterday's live stream, and it was just him singing for like an hour.
Yeah, I love it.
I like what they're doing with it. I want to see who his first opponent's going to be, his first feud, his first storyline, because there's a lot that and one person I thought of, and agree or disagree with me on this one, I think this is where we could see Karrion Kross, because you have Karrion Kross doing this, you know, he's kind of like telling the truth, being this guy who's trying to have people be who they are. Like he keeps saying Sami Zayn is lying. He's not being truthful. He's not being himself. You know, I think Ron Killings and Karrion Kross would either be good together with both of their gimmicks being on the same level, or they could be a good feud where Ron Killings would come out and say, you know, you're trying to tell people how to be who they are. Let us be who we are.
Yeah, we know who we are.
Yes, we are the truth of who we are.
That could be a good feud. Yeah. So, and then that's a way to push Karrion too, because he really does need a push.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy deserves a push. He's put in work. He's put in work off camera. Hasn't had a match in forever.
We're going to go ahead and get into this one as the segue because we'll go back to, I didn't expect this to be the perfect segue. Perfect segue because talking about pushes with Karrion Kross is we haven't really seen him much on TV, minus, you know, an interview here and there. He's been on main event
in the background.
But he's wrestled on main event, which isn't nationally televised. Yes, it streams, but we have him sitting on the sidelines while WWE is now rumored to be wanting, or if I could talk straight, is wanting to bring in guys like Mr. Iguana.
Yeah.
And I understand the popularity and wanting to bring him in because after Worlds Collide, he was huge. He had a lot of views on socials. You know, he just, like, every wrestling circle was talking about him.
Yep.
But is he just a flash in the pan? You know, he's going to be good for a week, 2 weeks, but then people are going to get sick of the gimmick.
Yeah.
I know or go ahead.
No, I think like you're right. Like we're kind of talking about that offline a little bit. And this is where I brought up, are we seeing corporate TKO, right? Having a little bit more of a influence here, because they are pulling him because the thing they said, they want him to move to the main roster because his numbers are so good. He's selling merch. But like you said, right, is it just going to be a flash in the pot? Because what we're doing is we're not necessarily grabbing someone because of a good storyline. We're grabbing someone because of popularity and to make money. And not saying he's not a great wrestler. I think, you know, he showed that he can move, he can wrestle. But I think we do need to make sure, or WWE needs to, I say we, but WWE needs to make sure that if they do bring him in, they don't waste it, right? Like there's some sort of good storyline, there's some sort of blending, some sort of mix. Because so far, Triple H and the creative team have done a pretty decent job of bringing new people in, but giving them storylines that are related to what's going on, right? Like when they brought in Stephanie, Julia, Roxanne, they brought them all up and they weaved them into main storylines or shifted storylines very well. But if we just start bringing people in just for money, right? Just for that. Like, not saying they will. I just hope they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing with Mr. Iguana that I've seen people talking about today, because it came out that Danhausen, his AEW contract is going to be up, and I want to say in like a month or so. We don't know 100% when, but they said it's close. But bringing him in to feud with Mr. Iguana, you know, even just on a temporary thing, because Mr. Iguana is obviously huge in Mexico. He can come up for short term, feud with someone, and then go back to AAA.
Yeah.
But having him feud with Danhausen, because they're both a comedic act, he could either have that storyline there, that feud, or tag them together for a short term.
Did you see the people are putting the posters, the fake posters up now? Was it Bruno versus Mr. Iguana?
No.
The serpent versus the iguana. They've got him up there with a serpent.
That's
WrestleMania quality.
Yeah, I just want them to bring in or release his puppet. I would buy one.
I was just
100%. I would buy
in the WWE store. Sold.
I mean, I have a thing with just buying random merchandise from people. I mean, I got Lily for fuck's sake, but
well, no, we know why you have that one. That's not random.
Yeah, I'm not a stalker. I promise.
No. We don't condone that here.
But when they're bringing up people like Mr. Iguana, and like we talked about, Karen Cross, there's a few others looking, you know, LA Knight's have been in some high profile matches, but
getting
for
squashed
what?
Still.
Same with
there was a stat that was put out where I think LA Knight's got like some of the most wins in 2025.
Yeah.
Like statistically, but storyline, like they're just not really developing him, I think.
And
like
the fans want to see him.
Yeah, and like
they want to see him win.
We got LA Knight versus JC Mateo, which was kind of like it was a filler match, you could tell, but it's just it's stuff like that, right? Like
it was like a forced mini offshoot storyline, but
I almost feel like they're turning him into a jobber a little bit.
Kind of like what I'm seeing with Alexa Bliss. She won an Elimination Chamber, but since then, what has she won?
I think
she won her money in the qualifier, but obviously,
yeah, the challenge with this is that you've got so much top tier talent, right? Only so many people can be champion, and you don't want to move the belts around too much. So it's like when you have someone
belts though, but there was rumors of Alexa with the Wyatt Six.
Yeah,
you know, they could have done something there. Nothing.
But I mean, as far as like giving a push, usually when a character gets a solid push, it's because they're working that superstar towards a championship of some kind. Usually, like that's kind of the end goal, right? It's like a belt of some kind. You know, I feel like
look at the small tease with Charlotte. What have we seen of that in the last couple weeks?
But I think they've also pivoted because the reception of Charlotte has not been great.
But she's a good heel.
She is a good heel, but people don't want to see her as champion.
Right. We don't want to see her as champion, and she doesn't have to. If she's going to feud with like Alexa Bliss.
I think we're going to see more of that, right, with the Alexa Charlotte stuff, because tonight on SmackDown is the Fatal 4-Way, and Alexa and Charlotte are in that match. So we might see more of the furthering of that, because I think that would be a really good feud, because that's also, again, long-term storytelling. It's a throwback to the feud that they had before. And we're kind of seeing that side of Alexa come back out now towards Charlotte. So
the queen.
I think what they're doing is they're trying to build Alexa more into that twisted Alexa side, the crazy Alexa side. And I think they're trying to do it without forcing it, right? You don't want to just flip all of a sudden. You want reasons, because that's one thing that WWE is doing more of now, is trying to give us realistic storylines. I say realistic, in that it wouldn't make sense if Alexa came back and then a couple matches later she flips to that twisted side again. So it's like we need to give her reasons for the shift to happen. So you see some of the influence of things. Lily's coming back. She's talking to Lily. So every week it's been this growth of that side creeping back out. And then the way she's been talking to Charlotte, right? She tried to be a friend with Charlotte. She got rejected. So now it's kind of like, okay, well, you rejected me. You're going to be sorry. Like, right. So I think they're working that direction ultimately. I hope. And then they'll give her more of a, because imagine if we get to see her as champ at some point, and she's the twisted personality, and she has like a twisted themed belt almost. Remember, because like the Fiend had his Fiend belt.
I don't think we're going to see her push as champion because we have Naomi with the Money in the
I don't
Bank.
think this year. Yeah, not this year.
Yeah, but we could have, like, I was excited when people were talking about her potentially joining back with the Wyatts or joining with the Wyatts, because then we could have at least seen her back with Nikki.
Yeah.
We could have seen that tag team again, and they could have pushed for the women's tag titles, because the women's tag titles right now, Love Liv, obviously.
We might still see that though.
I don't like Raquel, but
okay. But if anybody has the Raquel,
I was just about to say the same thing.
It's the last card I need for the set on the app, so please trade me.
Yes.
You can have my super rares. I don't care. I've got an iconic. I'll give them. I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but I mean, we could have seen that. We could have seen some progression with the women's tag titles. But
yeah, I do think that the tag division is getting a little stale. Right. So maybe that's a shift they're going to make eventually. Because I know with the men's tag division on SmackDown, they added the Wyatts into that one. So we're going to get that shakeup. So maybe that'll be coming with the women's at some point. I don't know. Because really there aren't a whole lot of strong women's tag teams, right? Because Caden Carter, that's
supposedly done. Now it's going to be there's going to be Maxine and Natalia.
Yeah, but the Party Girls are done. Pure Fusion's done. Who else do we have? We've got, like you said, Maxine and Natalia. I mean, Raquel and Liv. That's really all I can think of, and that's on Raw, because it was Bianca and Naomi.
Yeah,
that was the other one. For a little bit there, it was Candice LeRae and Nia. Oh, lost Skelly. So I'll just keep the conversation going while I lose Skelly.
I don't know what just happened.
And he's back.
I do apologize. My PC froze.
Oh no!
Now here we are.
Yeah. No, I was just talking about how Candice and Nia was a little bit of a tag team for a while, but there aren't really many strong tag teams right now. Between
Not women-wise.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the Maxine and Natalia tag team? The Dungeon Dolls is what they're supposedly going to call them.
That's an odd name. Okay.
Yep. That just sounds like, what are we doing? 50 Shades of Grey with Natalia and Maxine now? Oh,
tag team.
I'm dumb.
What?
It's the Hart family dungeon where the Hart family trained, and a lot of wrestlers have trained in the dungeon.
Well, there you go. So that makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
So I know Natalia's really been leaning into the Hart legacy and all of that story-wise. So well, I'm going to look this up quickly. Tag teams. I'm just curious because that's on NXT women's. I'm looking here, the women's division.
But the women's tag team titles are the only titles that can be defended on all three brands.
Yeah.
Even NXT, because they don't have Raw and SmackDown tag titles.
Oh, you've got Piper Niven and Alba Fire, our tag team. But yeah, other than that, I mean, the Kabuki Warriors aren't really a thing right now.
Well, they could be after Asuka comes back on Monday.
Yeah, they could be. Oh, then you got Mishin and B-Fab on SmackDown. Which, again, another person, Mishin, just not really a whole lot of story. She's just kind of here.
But see, those aren't real tag teams. I don't look at them as real tag teams because they're just being put together to just have a women's tag division.
Yeah, there really aren't.
They could have brought back the Iconics, or which is now the Inspiration, which just showed up on TNA last week.
I wonder if we'll see Zaruka come up from NXT to mix it up in the main roster a little bit.
We could.
I know Sol Ruka and Zarya have been on a pretty solid run. So we might see that. I mean, that could bring some. I think that's the thing, right? Is they need to bring some new life into the tag teams, because right now, again, there's not a whole lot on the women's tag division. Sorry, I'm looking at this list on here. This is SmackDownHotel.com, and they've got American Made faction listed with Chad Gable / El Grande Americano as the same picture. And it's just split down the middle.
Oh, speaking of Chad and El Grande, did you see the mask
I did.
Literally the mask, if anyone out there hasn't been paying attention, WWE Shop is selling an El Grande Americano mask replica, but it comes in a cellophane bag, but the sticker on the bag for the description says Chad Gable mask, which
it might still be at work though.
I don't think so. He's leaning into it a little more about, teasing it's him.
So I'm looking here at this list that somebody posted on Squared Circle on Reddit and the women's tag division, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tag divisions were listed over.
But
both
how
brands.
many of those are actual tags?
That's what I'm talking about. Hold on. So we got Liv and Raquel. All right.
Okay.
Katana and Caden were released. Pure Fusion released. Chemical X, which was Shotzi and Gigi, released. Meta Girls, who was Jakara, Lash Legend, released. And then Secret Harvest, Kabuki Warriors have been out. Maxine and Natalia, Mishin and BFAB. So I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 5 current tag teams. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
So 5 current tag teams, which is kind of weak, especially over both brands. Which I think is why they've been pushing maybe more of the tag teams in NXT to kind of see if they could bring some of those up. Or because I know they've also been teasing the idea of Julia and Stephanie, but they're still more rivals. They've also been teasing Stephanie and Rhea
too.
Yep. But they've been teasing Stephanie and Rhea a little bit more. I wonder if we're going to see, well, again, the draft is coming up soon too, so that might shake things up.
Maybe. We don't know. Yeah, now it's supposedly rumored not till after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So
the other tag team that would be interesting, and this is something Rachel and I have said since we saw the shift, would be Zelina and Rhea. And we've been seeing Zelina and Rhea on social a little bit more because I know they're actually real life neighbors, which is funny. That video was so good.
Hilarious.
That video was
when
good.
She was trying to lift the tire. And then Rhea comes over and picks it. That's just like picks it up with one arm. And the way Zelina just sat down with her legs spread and put her arms down and looked defeated, it looked like a child. I was dying.
The other one where she was trying to do the actual pull-ups, and she couldn't do the heavier weight.
Yeah, she was just.
Rhea just comes over and picks her up and moves her. No, I love stuff. Great. I love that they're doing more stuff like that. The little behind the scenes, still keeping in character, but like. Yeah, just being more present.
There, just one quick thing, because we talked about social media and staying in character. One thing I don't really like is wrestlers. I understand driving with people you like to drive with between events, but when you're feuding with someone in one of the biggest feuds on Raw, Jay and Braun Breaker should not be showing up at events getting out of the same car.
Yeah. That also kind of goes to the conversation we had a couple weeks ago, though. It's like, at what point are people showing things? Because was that shown from fan perspective? Because that wasn't on broadcast. So that's the other thing, right? That we talked about is like, I almost feel like there needs to be a little bit more privacy in some ways of the wrestlers arriving.
Right.
Because like with the Penta thing without his mask and stuff like that. So it's things like that, right? Because again, these are jobs for them. And, like if you listen to Becky Lynch's book, she talks about how her and Charlotte, while they were feuding, they were still traveling together because they had to go to the same locations together, stayed in the same hotels, drove shared cars and stuff, because again, they pay for everything still.
Yeah.
So, unless you're like the big boys like Cody and them.
And I don't want to sound like the old guy in the room, but like kayfabe back when I started watching wrestling was a thing. And I know Undertaker and a few of the, guys back from, the Attitude Era and stuff like that have talked about it on shows and podcasts, but that was what drew a lot of fans in, was because we didn't see like Braun and Jay showing up at an arena together, getting out of the same car and laughing, stuff like that. They stayed in character.
But I think at that time too, WWE did a lot more to protect the backstage stuff, right? Like it's a weird balance right now, because again, Triple H has acknowledged that he wants them to be more present on social and do stuff like that. So he wants to let people see behind the scenes, right? That Netflix show is going to be starting behind the scenes, which I'm looking forward to because I love that kind of stuff. But there is that like balance you've got to find.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, just to touch on, because we do have people watching stuff like that, Jim. Where I wasn't saying anything bad about Braun.
No,
He's
no.
an amazing talent. If
Yeah.
if you go back and listen to our previous episodes, I love Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
But
that's what we're saying is that it's WWE. I think it needs to do more to help protect the storylines in that, right? Because, like I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were here for it, Jim, but I have no problem with like Braun and Jay traveling together. Right. It's because again, they have to. It's work for them, right? They have to, and the better the friendships they have during feuds, the better the wrestling is in the ring because they have that trust. It's just, as fans, I think we need to do a little bit better job of respecting their privacy, and not posting everything. Hey, look, Braun and Jay are showing up together, right? That's on us as fans to not be putting everything out there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's, and I know, and sometimes it's at the arenas I know growing up, I went to the Norfolk Scope. I grew up in Hampton Roads down in Virginia, but we would go to the Norfolk Scope, and some of the guys would actually go into an area of the parking lot where there was no fans. There had no fan access. So that way, if they didn't want to be in character getting out of the car, or they were traveling with someone that, they were friends with behind the scenes that, fans didn't, see, and they wanted to stay and keep those storylines, like they really hated each other, they would go into those areas of the parking garage. So, and it's more like you said, Torrin, on the fan side. It's, posting on social media, they, it just ruins it for some fans that want to keep that kayfabe alive.
Yeah.
But, and speaking of wanting to keep things alive, we all were happy on Friday when Jacob finally finally said what we all wanted him to, or at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Was I hate you Solo. That
was big.
In terms of Bloodline story, him saying I hate you Solo is almost as big as them or Paul Heyman turning on the Bloodline. Or turning on Solo, the new Bloodline. Because for months it was the I love you Solo, him following him with the praying hands, stuff like that. It was something we wanted to see, but we didn't know when. And we're finally going to see him speak tonight on what's going on with him.
I'm looking forward to that,
because that's huge in terms of where this new, if it's gonna still be the Bloodline, or if they're going to move it into like a different storyline, because it's at this point just Solo. Now there's two rumors that I heard this week from certain different websites on social media, stuff like that. Hikuleo coming out tonight. Is he going to side with Jacob, or is he going to, come out and help be on Solo's side? The other thing is, now that we saw Jay lose the title on Monday, is him reuniting with Jimmy and the Usos becoming a tag team again.
Yep.
So those are two big parts of this storyline that I'm looking to see how they progress.
Yeah. The Usos, I saw that rumor that they're talking about bringing them back together, and I guess my thing is, because they were talking about why they've supposedly, it's the reason that they took the belt off Jay, was so that Gunther could have the belt for a rumored Goldberg match. It was going to be a championship match, that main event. Which, okay, I get that. But now they're talking about putting the Usos back together. And I think I can see that, because it's tough, right? It's tough because the fan base is so split sometimes on things. And the one side was like, oh, Jay was a great champion. And then the other side's like, Jay's a terrible champion. Then he loses the belt. And they're like, why did you take the belt from him? So it's this weird split. It's, things change. But a lot of people were saying how his character was kind of not developing anymore.
Yeah.
And I think it's what we've been seeing with Jimmy too, right? His character hasn't really been, he just kind of shows up. Like Jimmy has no
Right.
real story right now. So I think maybe that's what they're trying to do, is put them back together in some way to, one, bring more life back into the tag division, and also, help generate some more story in some way, I guess. So maybe we'll see if Hikuleo does come in, that we'll see some sort of tag develop with him and someone, and maybe him and Jacob at some point. Yeah.
Good.
And you have this kind of thing, or Solo. I don't know. It's just, I'm not sure what they're going to do.
I'm wondering if the rumors of them doing a Bloodline running it back type thing is going to actually start coming true, because if we see the Usos come back together, we haven't seen Roman in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So him coming back, the Usos siding with him, you have Sammy, who's doing God knows what right now.
Yeah, but then we're just going to have Bloodline, 3.0?
Yeah. But then if Hikuleo joins Solo, then that means Solo starting his own bloodline. Then
which we've seen already, right? I mean, there's a whole run like that where Solo is trying to be the tribal chief and start his own bloodline. And then you'll have Jacob fractured off. I don't know. I don't want to speculate too much, because I'm sure that they have much with that. Yeah, I just hope that we don't see Bloodline, the whole Bloodline story all over again, just with new characters. I think I trust them enough to know that they're going to do something different.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, they are worried about money now, so.
Yeah, and they know that the Usos bring the money, and Roman brings the money.
Roman and Bloodline.
Yep, Bloodline. Yeah, right. We the ones. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see tonight what happens with Jacob, what he says, what happens if we actually do see Hikuleo. And then there was rumors that Zilla was coming to WWE, but the other day, and I don't know if this is just smoke screen, but he said that he would love to be in WWE one day, but right now he's focused on what he's doing now with Hog and reality of wrestling. And so we'll see if he comes, see if Hikuleo comes. A lot going on.
Yeah.
And then tonight we have
got a lot going on.
Qualifiers.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
What matches do we have tonight?
Let me pull it back up. I had it earlier.
I had it too, but here we go.
SmackDown preview. We've got, obviously, Cena returns, and he's going to talk apparently about his confrontation with Punk, which is another great promo. We got Jacob is going to address the universe now after betraying Solo, so we're going to hear from Jacob. Naomi reemerges on SmackDown as new Ms. Money in the Bank. So tonight, the King of the Ring matches. I don't have them all listed on here. We got Cody Rhodes versus Priest versus Andrade versus Shinsuke. We've got Randy versus LA Knight versus Aleister Black versus Carmelo. We've got Alexa versus Charlotte versus Chelsea Green versus Candice LeRae, which I'm really looking forward to. And there was another match that they...
Well, I don't know if they're doing all of them tonight.
That's what it says for tonight on SmackDown.
Really?
Yeah, it's listed on the SmackDown card for tonight.
Because I know Raw, we still have 2 more matches that are happening this coming week. They only did 2 this week.
That's what they got listed on SmackDown.
All right. Cody Rhodes, Priest, Andrade, Nakamura, which...
There's one more that they had listed, too, that I think they had just published on... let me look it up quickly.
I know we got Cargill, Meechin, Niven, Piper,
that's the other one.
and Jax.
Yeah, that's the other one that they announced.
Yep.
So it's a pretty full card tonight.
And a stacked card tonight.
Yeah.
I hope Rhodes, Priest, Andrade, and Nakamura, I'm hoping that they don't let Cody win. Love the guy to death. He has plenty of storylines he can do outside of this tournament and outside of King of the Ring. So I'm hoping they give it to Priest or Andrade.
I think we've talked about this a little bit before. I just feel like Andrade doesn't have much of a story right now, right? Like he's got no real feuds with people or connection. He had that stuff going on with Santos for a while, but that's kind of died out. So not opposed. I like Andrade, but again, what are we doing with Andrade? poor guy's just kind of showing up, and he got hit in the junk with a ladder during Money in the Bank. That was brutal.
That was freaking hilarious.
That was brutal.
The look on his face was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I think Priest is who I'd like to see win it. But again, he would be a good King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking in my head, we don't need him as Money in the Bank again, but that's the King of the Ring. So yeah, I think Priest would be my pick for tonight.
I think overall, I'm hoping LA Knight wins it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Because
Unless
some of these other guys have storylines they can do outside of King of the Ring. So I think LA Knight giving him that, because some fans are kind of upset he didn't win Money in the Bank. So giving him that push into King of the
Ring.
Do what?
Unless they give Randy another chance for King of the Ring.
Oh God.
Supposedly it was a whole, botch. When Gunther won.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah. But yeah, I think LA Knight would be a good run. What about for the women? I mean, obviously, your pick is Alexa.
Well, I'm thinking Alexa. I personally, I want Alexa to win, but creative wise, fan booking, I think you have Alexa and Charlotte in this match, push that feud.
Build the feud, yeah.
And then let Chelsea win.
Yeah, I would like to see Chelsea win. And then what's the other match? It's Nia
Jax, Piper Niven, Michin, and Jade, which
probably gonna be Jade win that one.
It's probably gonna be Jade.
Yeah, because Nia won it last year. They're not doing a whole ton with her, so I think Jade for the storyline.
Yep.
Yeah, she's pretty.
I think those are really the only options we have.
Yep. Chelsea, I think, would be a good Queen of the Ring overall.
I'm still mad it's called Night of Champions and not King and Queen of the Ring again.
Probably too long of a name.
What? Night of Champions, King and Queen of the Ring?
Yeah, just Night of Champions. Just simple, easy. Night of Champions versus King and Queen of the Ring. Night of Champions tournament. Spectacular Grande.
Well, they could have just called it King and Queen of the Ring again.
Yeah. I think it doesn't have a ring to it, right? Like Night of Champions, that's got a ring to it. Whereas King and Queen of the Ring kind of.
But the thing is, with King and Queen of the Ring, where was I going with that? I don't know why I started talking and I just lost all train of thought.
It's Friday, man. It's the end of the week.
Holy crap on a crap cracker.
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
Well,
yeah.
With that, it's time to open some packs. Topps has a new set out this week.
Yeah, we've got actually a few new sets this week.
Yeah.
I just updated to the new iOS.
Same.
So, the new iOS beta. So there we go.
We are going to do another pack opening since they do have a bonus pack opening this time.
Yes. Yeah, new sets this week. We've got the Excellence Black. That's actually the only new set this week.
I hit my VIP level. They just gave me 120,000 coins. Oh, cool.
Oh, did I?
I'm like level 16 now.
I'm level 15.
Oh, you got it right there. I think this is it. That's a sick card too. I just got that one. And let's see if you get the coins. I think the set complete. I think
I did 125.
That's what gives it to you, is the set complete. 15 is the milestone for that one.
So now I can spend coins on
way too many coins.
Coins for packs. I'm never going to get stuff. Well, this new Excellence Black set is. I'm getting some decent pulls out of just the standard.
I like the designs of the cards.
Yeah,
I think they look cool.
Except Jacob's face.
Some of the weird, Cody, not Jacob. Rey Mysterio had kind of an interesting face too.
But yeah, and also it looks like. Oh, did they get rid of it?
There
was another set that was double XP.
Yeah, that was the goodness, I forgot the name of it, but yeah, it was a limited thing. I think it was expiring. Yep.
So yeah, I guess that's over.
Yeah, which one was that? Dang it.
If you do, declined. Oh, I was trying to trade a legendary and 3 iconics. Yeah, obviously, because the card is ugly as sin, but it's a 10 out of 10.
I'm
There was
still
only
trying to
10
get.
of those released.
I still need that one, the Raquel. That's the only thing I need to complete that set.
So if anyone
way to
out
trade
there
it.
has the Raquel CMYK full
Yep.
color from
And if you
Series
want to
3,
follow me,
I
feel
have.
free to follow us on Topps.
Yes. My profile is the Skelly. So if you want to
My
pop
profile.
on and you play and want to trade, go ahead and add me, follow me, do the thing.
Do the thing.
But we are going to open.
Do it.
All right. So EX special offer. And I like how they're doing this now with some of these new sets. They're doing special offers where they're tiered, where you get, you buy one at a low price, which this one starts at 99 cents. Once you buy it, it'll give you, it'll be a more expensive set.
I think 199 to 99.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
think it caps at 9.99, and
Yep.
they give you 3 9.99 purchases.
Yep.
But I like what they give you. I mean, they give you coins and diamonds as well. So it's like,
And the legendary and iconic pull rates 1 out of 4. But this,
Way better.
the only thing that's you have to just look at, some of them will give you multiple packs. This one only gives you 1.
I think it's the first pull gives you 1 pack, the second one gives you 2, and then the third one gives you 3 or 4. We'll find out. We'll after we right here. Whoa.
Oh, it doesn't actually show anything.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
So,
But yeah, so we'll after you buy that one, we can look and see what the next tier gives you. I want to say it does give you more packs the higher the tier.
Yeah.
I think it's 1, then 2, then 4, I think. It might be 1, 2, 3, then 4. I don't know. All right, here we go. Andre the Giant.
Santana.
Oh,
Tito
okay.
Santana. Tito Santana. We're going way back. El Matador. Tito Santana.
Okay.
How do you get the same exact card?
Yeah, it's not even like a rare or anything. Oh, here we go. That's a cool Oscar card. Super rare coming up.
Ooh,
That's some
Fraxium.
action there. Yeah.
Dorado. Nice.
That's cool.
Alex
All right,
Shelley,
Alex.
The Miz.
Miz rare. All right. Alistair Black. Auto.
Sig.
Heck yeah. All right. And
Perfect.
one more rare.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I was a huge Miss Perfect fan when I was a kid.
There you go.
Him spitting out his gum and then smacking it into the audience. Probably pissed off a lot of moms when kids got gum in there.
Yeah. No iconics in this one, though. All right. So see what it goes to next on the on the thing. I think I want to say it's 2 packs. And because right now, first level is
it's only $1.99.
Yeah, that's it. It's $99, $1.99, $4.99, $9.99. And so the first one gives you
gems.
The first one gives you 20,000 coins and 250 gems. The second level gives you 35,000 coins and 500 gems. So it doubles the gem count.
We're gonna do something real quick.
Gonna spend the gems.
Let's see what I get.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna have enough to pull gems. Oh,
no, you get gems from the pack.
Yeah, but you only get 250 and it's 375 for a pull.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wesley.
All right.
Roxanne.
Nice Roxanne. Got super rare coming up here.
Ooh,
nice
Kyrie.
Yeah. Ooh, KO.
Already have it.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I'll be trading. Got Candace, another Candace, another Oscar, another Candace. 3 Candaces in 1 pack, bro.
Are we? I'm filing a complaint with the Better Business Bureau.
Oh no. And a regular Wesley. All right.
Is that the same exact one? Oh no, different. All right. Are you ready to go?
Hold on, I'm buying mine right now.
You're not even sharing your screen.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. I have everything set up. I just forgot to share the screen.
The Wyatts tonight. We'll talk about this while Torrin gets his stuff set because he's slacking.
It's that.
I'm expecting them to finally reveal who their tag team is.
Yeah, because there's no tag matches listed for tonight.
Right.
So
well,
that might be one that we'll see. I think we might see that as like the surprise match for tonight.
Well, I don't think we're even if we don't see a match, I think we're going to finally see who emerges from the Wyatt Six as their tag team.
Who are you
They
thinking
have
it's going to
four
be?
guys, so we don't know which two are going to be their tag.
Yeah. Who are you thinking?
My
My personal
Dexter and Joey, or
Yeah.
Gacy.
Yeah,
Or
that's what I was
Gacy.
going to
Why
say.
do I say
Dexter,
Gacy?
Dexter and Gacy.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because we've already seen, because we saw a tag before, and they didn't do a ton with it. Well, who was it? It was Rowan and
Yeah.
was
Dexter
it Rowan and
Loomis
Gacy before?
yeah. Do what?
Was it Rowan and Gacy before? The other time that they tagged?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And well, they did the 6-man tag match, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, there was one time where they came out and did a match, and it was just the two of them. Because they came out, it was towards the beginning. They came out in the masks because he had the hammer and everything.
Yeah.
And the two of them.
And then they took the masks off because
Oh,
everyone was wondering, are they gonna?
I hope it's Dexter. I want to see more Dexter.
Dexter and Gacy, but I mean, we could see Uncle Howdy and Rowan. I literally honestly think they could have 2 tag teams come out of there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was Gacy, Loomis, and Rowan versus American Made. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Because that was one of the first times they came out, though, when they were doing the whole Chad Gable.
Yeah, right after they debuted and they killed Chad Gable backstage.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was probably the best premiere debut I've ever seen.
It was pretty good.
Minus, the Ultimate Warrior coming back at WrestleMania 8 again, when Hogan was wrestling Psycho Sid. I marked out as a kid when I saw that live.
All right. Ready to do this? Purchase failed. Yeah. Oh, it timed out. What? Why did it time out? Hide me again? I'm going to repurchase. That's weird. Maybe I waited too long to click OK.
I'm also hoping, obviously, like I always show and always say, fan booking here. I'm hoping during the the Queen of the Ring qualifying match, we see Nikki come out and help Alexa.
Jacob Fatu.
What's up, Daniel?
Hey, Daniel. Oh,
Tatanka.
Wow.
Snap.
Mission. I like that.
Relic Auto.
I like that one. Oh, Taker.
Taker.
Another Alex Shelley. Oh, I got the rare Ray. Let's go.
Ray.
Oh, Molly Holly. Super rare. Main event, Jay Uso. Yeet. And another Jacob Fatu.
Ooh, I can trade you for that one. I'll give you my Kevin Owens for it.
See, I've only got 250 gems because I burned all my gems. Do we want to hit the 199 one?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead and hit it first, then you can hit yours. Yeah,
I wish I could do mine on my screen, but I'm on my PC, not my MacBook.
Let's see if I type my password in right. All right, here we go. I mean, that's not bad. $3 for 3 pack pulls,
two
really?
packs.
Well,
$2
first one. I mean, 3. And then you're getting, 5,500 coins and 750 diamonds. It's really not a bad value. I like these specials. Feeds my gambling addiction. Oba. Oh, we got Oba Femi. All right.
All right. Jordan.
Ricky Saints. We got a lot of NXT going on.
Ricky Saints.
Oh, Bret the Hitman Hart.
The excellence of execution. Let's
Chad
go.
Gable, another taker. Oh,
Punk auto relic.
That's only a rare, too. That's not even a super rare. Oh, Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
Another Rey Mysterio. Look at his face, though. I don't know. And then Lola Vice. All right, now I'll go ahead and burn my. Oh, wait, I got 2 packs.
Yeah, you still got another pack. Oh,
hey, truth.
When are we going to see the first Ron Killings?
Well, we got the first one.
Well, he was still in the R-Truth character.
Yeah,
in the picture.
Roxanne Perez, rare. Okay. Miz rare. We got a super rare coming up. All right. Bret Hart, super rare. All right. These look like the Eye of Sauron.
What's that from?
Candice LeRae.
Disclaimer, I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
All right, so let's go ahead and I'll burn my gems on this one. Not bad pulls though. I'm pretty happy with those pulls.
You can do 2 packs.
Oh, I can, can't I?
Yeah.
Oh. No, he's never seen Lord of the Rings.
Nope.
All right, here we go. All right, our first rare, Obafemi rare. Tomatonga regular, Maxine Dupree. Sol Ruka. Main event rare.
Yeet.
Tomatonga again. Ooh.
Nice.
That's a sick one too. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Roxanne.
They picked a good pick on that one.
And a Roman auto relic.
Right. Double Roman pack.
Double Roman pack. All right, we'll pull one more since we got the coins or the gems. And purchase. All right, Tommaso. Santana. Jacob.
That's your third, Jacob.
Another Alex Shelley. Yeah. John Cena rare. Okay. Ooh.
Oh, Charlotte auto.
Charlotte Flair auto relic. Yeah. Oh, Rhea.
Mommy.
Jey Uso rare. I think that's my second Jey Uso rare, isn't it? And then Natalia.
Oh, Natalia.
All right. All right.
Dungeon Dolls.
Not terrible pulls. All right, Skelly. Do it. Pull your pecs.
Let's see what we got here.
I'm saying, though, Top Slam's got us in a chokehold right now.
Oh, yeah, they do. Oh. Kairi Sane.
Asuka.
Oh, I got the Charlotte auto relic, too.
All right, got 2 rares coming up. All right, Molly Holly.
Natalia.
We got super rare coming up here. Wesley. All right. I feel bad because it's not that like we don't like Wesley. It's just like it's kind of like of all the superstars, right?
And then Judas himself.
Judas. Oh, Ray, let's go.
I still want to get that mask.
Another cool mask. I guess he's got a mask under the mask. He's like, double mask.
Yeah.
Maxine. All right. Nikki Bella.
She's supposed to be coming back too. There's rumors for that.
Well, she already came back.
No, that was Nikki, not Brie.
I thought that was Nikki. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, that is Nikki. Sorry.
Yeah. I thought so.
Brie Bella is supposed to be coming back. Can I just touch real quick on Monday night and her calling Stephanie Vacquet?
That's right. Vacquet. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
do you not run these things by people before you go out in the ring? Ooh, Sean. That's your ball. It looks like a butterball turkey. You're right, Daniel.
All right, Bianca, relic auto, super rare. Oh, Chris Sabin. All right, well, at least
look at that. 2.
But you got the complete set of the Motor City machine guns now.
Twice.
Yeah. Trading power.
I'm going to cry. Come on, Topps. I know they're random.
Don't cry.
I know it's random, but you don't see that happen in physical packs.
Do you?
No.
Don't you?
No. Well, especially if you're paying for the packs.
True, yeah.
You don't want to get duplicates of cards.
Yeah.
And then we'll
pull the gems.
We're going to pull an iconic right here.
Daniel said you're pulling like you pull Pokemon packs back in the day. Oh, you called it. You called it. Oh. Valhalla. Okay.
Rip.
Yeah. I mean, not bad. She's just not there anymore. Rey Mysterio. Rare. Alex Shelley again. Asuka again.
There's
another Nikki Bella. Oh, Ludwig. All right. A rare, super rare Asuka.
Another Titana. And Channing Stacks Lorenzo.
All right. Not terrible. You got an iconic at least.
I almost have the full uncommon set.
Yeah.
I only need 6 more. So if you're out there and you want to trade, I have a bunch of cards.
Trade names in the chat.
There
So,
is literally only 3 superstars that I will not trade. I will not trade my Liv Morgan cards, my Alexa Bliss, or my Chelsea Green. Other than that, trade me whatever. And if you have any, like we've mentioned before, any Raquel CMYK full colors,
yep.
we need those.
And yeah, we need.
No,
them
I don't.
because
I don't.
I do. I need it to
I
complete
succeed
my
at
set.
life, so I don't need that card.
I mean, again, I'm a Liv collector. I've got the auto, real life auto Liv picture behind me. So Livs, I like Liv. I'm just opening regular packs right now.
Yep, I got
But we will be
185.
watching SmackDown tonight for sure.
Yes,
And that's our usual Friday night in Discord. We hang out and watch SmackDown. So
yeah, SmackDown and Warzone tonight. So
yeah, so
that's going to be the
excited
end.
for these King and Queen of the Ring matches.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that next time. And
Let us
hopefully
know
I'll be
who-
on. We'll see what the schedule is going to be a little bit crazy because, again, moving in a week and a half. So the next 2 weeks is going to be kind of wild. So we want to try to still do this consistently.
Yes.
Hopefully we can get on. If I get on, room's going to be a wreck more than it already is. So
And if we're not doing episodes for the next couple weeks because they're packing to move, I will start doing more TikTok content.
yeah, make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. It's WWE Mat Chat everywhere. Make sure you follow the subreddit r/WWE, and give us feedback. Right? What do you want to hear? What do you want us to talk about? Any special segments you think we should add to the show? Any superstars you want us to dive more into? Feuds, whatever it is, let us know. We're here.
Yeah.
We're here. This is your show too. So thank you so much today for all the interaction as well. We had quite a few people chatting today, leaving comments and stuff. So we really appreciate that. Makes a lot more fun when we have that interaction.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Definitely.